What's up guys, welcome back to a new video. Now today I'll be finally installing lowering springs on my Infiniti Q50. Currently this is how the car sits, and I'll show you step by step on how you can install lowering springs for pretty much on your own. It's very easy. Basically you need some basic tools like your jack stands, your jack, of course your lowering springs, and a bunch of different tools. I will link down below on every single tool that you need to get this job done. The lowering springs that I actually went with are not TNs, that's just the box. I actually went with these RSR Super Down lowering springs for the Q50. These are the most lowest springs you could get for the Q50, so I wanted to slam the car because I did end up getting wheels, which you will see in the next video. So before we actually end up putting the wheels, I wanted to install the springs. Now you do need to go and rent out a spring compressing tool I got from AutoZone. It is for free. Basically what you have to do is pay a deposit and then go and just rent out the tool. It's free. Just pay the deposit and you're good to go. So this is the main thing you need to get this job done. So make sure you have all these tools on hand. Make sure you watch the whole video before you actually end up lowering the car. So yeah, I'll show you step by step how to get started. So the first thing we're gonna do is jack up the car, put the jack stands, and take out the wheels. Put the jack stands on both sides. Now to loosen the lug nuts for the wheels, it is a 7/8 millimeter socket, and I'm using a breaker bar, as you can see. So loosen the lugs and then jack it up, put it on jack stands, and then take out the tires on both sides. We're doing the front right now, so I'll show you how to do the fronts. Once we're done with the fronts, we'll move on to the back. So you will have 3 bolts on the top, and then there's going to be one right here that you need to remove. This one is a 14 mil, so you need to use the 14 mil on this one. There's going to be a series of 3 bolts on the top. We're going to take those off at the end. Then also there's one right here, right there in the back by the sway bar. This one is a 16 mil. This one was a 4. Yeah, that one is going to be a 16 millimeter. So you need a 16, a 14 right here, and then the last one you need to remove is right here, that one right there. That one is a 19 millimeter. So once you remove that one, you remove this one, and you remove the one in the back, this whole assembly will come off, and then you have to remove the ones on the top. So let me remove these, and then I'll show you in a little bit.
What's up with them beats? God.
Make sure that you take this off, because this right now, if you could see, it's kind of straining the brake line. So what I'm gonna do is take off these 2 bolts. You're gonna use a 12 millimeter, open these up, and then this will open up, and then your brake line will be loose, so that way it's not gonna put strain on your brake line. So open this up before you actually go do the sway bar. If you notice, I jacked it up much higher than it was before, because what I was doing is, so I tried the hammer method with the ratchet for the sway bar, but it's really tight, so it's not gonna open. So what I ended up doing is, so jack it up really high, and then just take a breaker bar or something and really yank on it to make it open, because this is really tight. So for this one, I used WD-40, let it soak for a little bit, and now it's loose. So here's the other thing. You see how it's twisting now from the other side? You could technically open it, but let's take a plier and put it right here, and then twist it open, and then this whole assembly is gonna open. So let me open the other side and I'll show you what I mean.
I'm trapping no week. I do a pill and can't eat. I let a bitch on my feet. I made a million a week. Yeah, I bring up fights overseas. I put some paint on my sheets. Hey. Fucking for an Instagram follow.
The sway bar is completely loose from both sides. So once that's open, just move this right here. Make sure you don't put too much force, because the bushings will go bad. Now the last thing you need to do over here is to open this up. Now this is a 19 millimeter bolt. Once you open this up, we're gonna open up the top 3 bolts, and this bad boy is gonna come off. Now I tried opening up the main bolt for the strut tower, and this is a 19mm. Unfortunately, it does not want to move at all. I tried everything I had. It's not gonna open. So what I ended up doing is I just bought this Milwaukee impact gun, and it makes life so much easier. So I will link down below exactly the impact gun that I'm using. This will make your life so much easier. So I will highly suggest, if you're actually doing any kind of work like this, try to have an impact gun. You can open it from, if you have enough force, you might be able to open it. But yeah, use an impact gun. Let me show you how easy it is to use this. All you gotta do, put it right here, like so. Now this one, see how easy it is? Just like butter. There's your nut, 19mm. Now what we're gonna do is this, you have to push this out from the tie rod. Make sure that you have this opened up from the sway bar. Once this is open, you just hammer this on a little bit, and then this will come off, and then you have to remove the top bolts, the top 3 inside the hood, and then the whole assembly is gonna come off. All right, so this is the bolt that you are gonna remove from the bottom of the strut right there. So once you remove this one, all you gotta do is there's gonna be 3 bolts right there. One, and one right there. These are 12mm bolts. All right, so this is your strut. What you're gonna do, take your shock compressors right here. You're gonna put these on the side. You're gonna tighten these up, and there's gonna be a bolt right here. Like so. Open this up with your impact gun. This is gonna be I'll link down below what socket this is. Open this up, and then I'll show you the end results. All right guys, so we installed the lowering springs. As you can see, the RSR lowering springs. Sorry I couldn't record compression part. Basically, use a plier right here, as you can see right there, and to open this nut, because sometimes it's not gonna open with the power tool. So use a plier right here and then open this up. But yeah, got the lowering springs on. Let me install these and I'll show you the end result. So I have the strut installed with the RSR Super Downs. The only thing I got to do now is tighten up all these bolts. So 3 on the top, 1 right here, the one for the actual strut, which is right there. That's the one with the impact gun, and then the one with the end link right here below. So I'll tighten up all of these. We're done with the front part, so make sure you check all your brake lines and your ABS line, and then we'll drop the car to see how low it goes, and then we'll continue on to the back. All right, so we're done with the front. This is how it came out. Looks really good. So we're done with this one. Now I'm going to continue with the back, and then I'll show you the end result. All right guys, so for the rear, you need to take off the seats, the bottom part, the top back part, where there's going to be 4 bolts right here. So it starts off somewhere around here, right there. There's a few more right there. There's one right here. This, take off all those 4 bolts, and then you have to open up all of these clips on the top. Once that opens up, the strut tower bolts are going to be on the top over here in the corner. So open these up, and then I'll show you how it is. All right guys, so there's going to be a silver piece right here, which is this. So you remove all these bolts. So there's going to be 1 right here, 2 right there, and then 2 that are going to be attached right here. So you remove those, and then these are going to be the top 3 bolts right here for the strut. 1, 2, 3. So first you jack it up from the bottom, same thing as we did from the front. Open these up, we'll compress the spring, put in the spring, and then yeah, it's a done deal. So let me jack it up, change out the tire, and then I'll show you. So it is the next day. Sorry I couldn't film everything because it started raining and it also got really dark. So I'm just gonna do a really quick overview of what you need to do from the back, because I know we left out quite a bit from the back, but it's very simple. But yeah, I have the springs installed. This is how the car looks. It looks really good. Stay tuned because I have wheels on the way. I'm gonna be putting them on the next video, so stay tuned for that. But overall, this is how it looks from the front. The back, very clean look. These are the RSR Super Downs. I am gonna link them down below in the description if you guys want to purchase them. Let me show you the back real quick. It is a little bit of a mess. All right, so just a quick overview for the back. You do have to open up the bottom and the top part for the seats. The bottom opens up pretty easily. There's 2 clips under the seat, so you unclick them, and then you open up the bottom part. And then for the top one, what you do, there's 4 bolts in the bottom. So if you can see right here, yeah, it's kind of hard to see. There's basically a bolt right here somewhere. What if I can find? Yeah, right there. So there's a bolt like these, like there's 4 of them throughout. So once you take off those, you have to yank the seat up, and then the back piece is gonna come off. Once you take that off, there's 4 clips right here. So there's gonna be 1 right here, and 2 over there, and 1 in the corner. So you take that off, and then the whole top piece is gonna come off. Once you take that off, there's gonna be a little seatbelt bracket. Now if you do take it off, which is this right here, it is gonna lock the actual actuator for the seatbelt. So I'm gonna figure this out right now, how to open it up. But if you don't need to take this off, I would highly suggest not to take it off, because then it's gonna lock up. But then there's gonna be 3 bolts right here. So you take these 3 bolts off, and then there's only gonna be 1, once you open the wheel, it's behind there. There's 1 bolt right here. So you take that off, you take these 3 off, and it's the same process as the front. Guys, so I put everything back together. Everything looks very, very clean now. So just a quick update: the seat belts, the actuator part, I figured it out. Basically, you have to keep it straight. So once you have it straight, it is gonna unlock, and then you'll be able to put it together. So you can take it out if you want. If you do, just make sure if you're putting it back, it's super straight, and then it will unlock into place. But yeah, that's basically how you're gonna install the RSR Super Downs. It's very similar from the rears and the fronts. So hope this video helped out, and stay tuned for the next video. You're gonna see a lot of cool things coming for the car. So yeah, be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.